Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. How are you today? If you're new, never been here before, welcome. Quick, easy, yummy recipes. If you're looking for a recipe or back episodes we've done, today is 102 shows that we've done, please visit our YouTube channel, also conveniently called Cindy's Kitchen. Let me take my last sip of coffee and then you know what we're gonna do. So, what's cooking on Cindy's Kitchen today? Today we are making two recipes that are a little out there. And I know they're a little out there and I'm okay with it. So let me tell you, today is National Peach Ice Cream Day. Now that being said, I guess I could have made homemade peach ice cream, but I'm not. And I suppose I could have gone and purchased peach ice cream and made a shake or a dessert or something out of peach ice cream. I'm not doing that either. So even though, hey Nell from North Carolina, even though it's National Peach Ice Cream Day, I'm using peaches for one dish and ice cream for another. So I think I'm covering my bases. That's what I'm saying. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so the first one, the first recipe, I found out of a Southern Living magazine. And I was intrigued, I was amazed, and I was like, yum. So this one is called Jezebel Peaches, Jezebel. Do you remember that naughty girl from the Bible? Jezebel Peaches with Brie. Now you know I love Brie, right? So let me just say. All right, so here we're gonna start the recipe. Hey Kathleen. Now the original recipe calls for one of these. This is like a box of Brie. And I say that, hey Susan, peach ice cream is your favorite. Well, there you go. This Brie, now it doesn't have to be this particular brand, but the Brie that comes in a circle, and you wouldn't realize this, but this is actually like cardboard-ish. It's a box. So it's not just paper-y. And so the original recipe says that you cook it in this box. That being said, there was also a suggestion that if you couldn't find it in the circle box and you just had to use some other kind of Brie, there was a suggestion on how to cook that. I have the box, but I also got a new Polish pottery dish. Look at that. Is that beautiful? Look at the little red robins. So pretty. Rockin' Robin, la, 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 rockin' Robin, la. Anyway, this is small. So, you know, it looks kind of like a pie plate or a quiche plate, but actually, I always pick up the wrong end. Actually, this is only 7 inches across. So that would be a small quiche or a very small pie, which is fine if you're, you know, there's just 2 of you. Maybe that's a good thing. But I thought this would be a great thing to make our Jezebel peaches and Brie. I know, Christy, isn't it gorgeous? So there we go. I got it. And so we're gonna, instead of making Brie in a box, now you can, I'm gonna tell you what to do with the box if you wanna use the box. I'm using this. All right, so here's what we do. If you're using Brie in a box, you're gonna take it out and this is what it looks like. See, it's all wrapped. It's like a present. It's a beautiful present. And we're gonna unwrap it. Now I've talked about Brie before and where it comes from and all that, but remember that Brie is covered, you see in this like white, waxy stuff, right? Totally edible. You don't ever, if you're baking Brie, especially like in puff pastry, like we've done before, you do not have to cut this off. You just put that smack dab like that. If you're serving it for a party, you can slice it up just like this. You don't have to take all the stuff off. That being said, for this particular recipe, what it asks you to do was to cut the very top off. So now we're gonna do that. We're just gonna slice off the very, well, I'm not gonna do it very good, I guess. And I just sharpened this knife. So we're just gonna take off that skin, okay? I guess it would be better if I rolled it. Okay, there we go. I don't wanna lose too much, and quite frankly, I may eat that. Okay, so you see, we've taken off just that top layer. Now, the original recipe says to then put it back in the box. Put it back in the box. What is the coating? It's just a waxy coating like that they wrap it in. You know, I can't remember. I actually knew at one time. I can't remember. It's part of the fermentation process. So it's like a skin, but now I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I'll look it up and get back to you, Christy. But it tastes fine. It's all good. The original instructions then say to take it and put it back in the box. See how you would put it back in that box? And then you put this on a baking sheet and stick it in the oven, 350 degrees, and bake it for 10 minutes. I don't want to use the box. Well, I don't think it's mold. If it's mold, it tastes really good. Anyway, so I don't want to do that because maybe you can't find the round in the box. So I'm using my pretty new plate, okay? So I'm gonna just set this in the center of the plate. See how it is? And I'm gonna put this in the oven for 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 350 degrees, okay? All right. Now, while that is cooking for 10 minutes, we're gonna do the peaches that go with this, right? All right, so you're gonna need a bowl. I'm using a little happiness bowl. Does it make you happy? Does it make you happy? Happy. Okay, here's what we need. The original recipe calls for, I'm kind of going off on the deep end here today, aren't I? The original recipe calls for a tablespoon of hot jalapeno jelly. That being said, I didn't have any in the house. It's penicillin camemberti, the skin. Thank you, Mary Beth. Oh, it is. It's a white mold that blooms into a rind. There we go. Okay. Everybody helps. I love this. Everybody helps. Okay. So that being said, I did not have hot jalapeno jelly in the house. Really? I don't know why. I think I usually only have it at Christmas time. And I snuck out yesterday, but only around the corner. I didn't go very far, and I wore my mask. But I just went around the corner from the house. There is a farmer's market. And since I was there to get the peaches, they had cranberry jalapeno jelly. So I'm using that. But again, I will put in the recipe hot jalapeno jelly. It's about the same. Thank goodness for the internet. I agree. Because before we would have had to look up, get out our big encyclopedias off the bookshelf. Okay, I tasted this yesterday when we got it home. So good. It is quite zingy. Now, not all of you like the zing of jalapenos. That being said, this is going to be offset greatly. Okay, so we're going to use a tablespoon. Look at that. A tablespoon of the hot jalapeno jelly. So see, it's not even that much. Okay, just a tablespoon. And so there you go. Now, we're going to need a teaspoon. You're going to freak out when I tell you the ingredients. We're going to need a teaspoon of spicy mustard. Now, again, I didn't have any spicy mustard that was called spicy mustard. I have two options. I had the German stone ground mustard, but that's not really hot. That's not really spicy. It's just stone ground. And I had some horseradish mustard. So I'm going with the horseradish because, you know, but you can use regular spicy mustard. And when I do the recipe, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to do it correctly, okay, even though I'm not doing it correctly. Okay, again, I do this because I want you to know, if you see a recipe that you really like and you really want to do and you can't get it, maybe you live in a small town, so just a teaspoon. Maybe you live in a smaller town or in a place where a lot of things I mentioned aren't available. That's fine. Experiment. It's okay. Okay, 1/4 of a teaspoon, so not much. 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I use kosher salt. And 1/8 of a teaspoon, so again, not much at all. I'm doing this, of pepper. Pepper? Yes, 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 yes. Come on. There we go. Pepper. Not much at all. Now, give that a whisk. Have you ever had Polish brown mustard? Polish brown mustard. No, I have not. I guess that's different than German mustard. I don't know. I've never had it. Okay, so now it's, so I've mixed the jalapeno jelly and the mustard and a little salt and pepper. Okay, I know, right? this isn't right, but it's gonna be right. Now, I've got 2 peaches, 2. The original recipe called for 1. But the peaches that I got, well, they're a good size peach. That was the size peach I got. But I mean, that doesn't really give you a whole lot. So I'm using 2. So you just peel it off, peel the skin off, cut around the pit, and dice it up, okay? I'm not doing that in front of you because you know how I feel about you seeing my hands. So here we go. 2 peaches diced up. See the dice? And how big is the dice? I'm making a mess. The dice is as big as you want it to be. But remember, you're gonna be using crackers. This is a dip. So don't make it so big, right? All right, so we're gonna put our 2 peaches that are diced up in with our jelly, our jalapeno jelly, mustard, salt, and pepper. I know, just odd. Just odd. Okay, mixing together. Now I'm just gonna set this aside. We're not at our 10-minute mark. I don't think we're at our 10-minute mark. Okay, but there's what it looks like. Can you see in there? I'll put some on the, okay? So our peaches are coated in jalapeno jelly and mustard, spicy mustard, salt and pepper. I'm gonna set this aside just for a bit. While we wait for our 10 minutes for our baked brie, because we're gonna put this in there and put it back in, I have to show you an experiment I did. You Polish pottery people are gonna laugh at me, but that's okay. It's okay that you laugh at me. But you know, I get a little frustrated sometimes that people think of Polish pottery as just bowls, right? Just bowls. So here's what I did last night. Yeah, I was listening to the show, but I was also doing something else. So these are 3 different sizes of bowls, right? But the same kind of shape, the same basic shape, right? So, and I don't know numbers or anything, but so here's a big one. Here's the next size down, and there's the next size down. So can you see? That's what they did. So here's what I did. Just a box cake mix. I did a box cake mix, and then I divided it into these 3 bowls. Once I put it in here, I put it on a cookie sheet, just so you know, and then I put it in the oven and baked it. Obviously, this one came out first because it didn't take very long to cook, and I didn't fill them up. I only filled them up not even halfway, maybe a quarter of a way. So this one came out first, so I set it aside and let it cool. This was the next one, right? Because it's the next size. And I took it out and let it cool. And then as soon as it cooled, I took it and I popped it out. I just took the bowl like this on my hand and I went bloop, and the thing popped out. And there I had a little baby cake. It was so cute. Then I popped this one out and I had a little medium cake. And this was the Papa Bear's cake and the Mama Bear's cake and the Baby Bear's cake. So now you go, okay, fine, you baked in the bowls, big old deal, right? I was trying to do, now, again, let me tell you, I'm not creative at all, not creative. And it's crooked. I'm warning you, it's crooked. But here we go. I took the cakes, and stacked them on top of each. See, it's kind of lean. It looks like a volcano, right? I'm not creative. You probably could have been creative with this. But I took the cakes, flipped them upside down, stacked them on top of each other, frosted the whole thing, and then put sprinkles on. So, what do you think? Tell me, what do you think? Totally ridiculous? A little out there? Cindy's too goofy for words? Tell me what you think. Here is what my husband said. He had just come in from work, because he's in the ICU. So it looks like a baked Alaska. There you go. I thought, you know what I should have done is put like jelly or something in between the layers, but I didn't. Okay, this is what he said. He walked in and I was frosting it, just frosting it. There were no sprinkles. It was just white. And right next to me frosting was, oh, the bowl is gone. Okay, there was a bowl of tomatoes sitting on the counter. This is how embarrassing my husband is. He took one of the cherry tomatoes, because you know, if you put the cherry tomato on top, it looks like a big old boob. That's what I married, a big old boob. So he is not allowed to have any cake. So there you go. But what I wanted you to know is, you know, sometimes we think, you know, I don't think it looks like that now, but there you go. Anyway, sometimes we only think about a bowl is a bowl, right? The cool thing about Polish pottery is you can bake in everything. So I like that. It's okay, Gail. You missed my cake. Look, I made a cake out of 3 bowls. Is my Brie, is it 10 minutes? Look at that. 3 bowls, there's my cake. Has it been 10 minutes? I think it has. I'm going to get my Brie, and then we're gonna get the Brie, we're gonna do something else, and then we're gonna put it back. Yeah. Okay, so here's the Brie, and you can kind of tell, I don't wanna, it's soft in the center, okay? It's really starting to get soft in the center, okay? So, now we take our peaches. Now it's soft, so it's not hard anymore. We take our Jezebel peaches that have the hot pepper, jalapeno pepper, jelly, the spicy mustard, salt, and pepper, and we're gonna spoon those on the top, okay? Oh my. Oh my. Baked Brie, to me, is just a heavenly smell. Now, some of the little sauce, because it's already made a sauce, we're just gonna mound it up, is gonna drown probably over the side, but that's okay. All right, look at that. Can you see that? I hope you can see it, because now it has to go back in the oven. Look at this. Yum. All right, back in the oven for 5 minutes, okay? Get this in the oven, and then we're gonna move. All right, for the 5 minutes that needs, I know, isn't it awesome? You're not lurking. Good morning, Melinda, good to see. All right, so we're gonna move because that's the peach part of National Peach Ice Cream Day. Come on. So today I've done a peach. Whoops, here, let me help. Because you know, we have extension cords. Oh, and it's very warm. We have extension cords all over the house. Can you believe it? Whoops, whoa. Do you get dizzy when we move you? I don't know. So the other day, I watch a lot of cooking shows. I get a lot of recipes. And so I told you that one came out of a Southern Living magazine. And I am way okay with, you know, using people's stuff because that's how we get yummy recipes. I want you to use good stuff. And you don't need to give me credit for it. I don't care at all. Just say, I'm such a brilliant chef. I came up with this. You do that. All right. So this was on Jacque Pepin's, I don't say that right, I'm sure, but his little video, he did a video. And I was like, yes. And since today is National Peach Ice Cream Day, and we were doing something with peaches, I decided that we must, in fact, do something with ice cream. So here's what we're doing with ice cream. I'm gonna turn the burner on, and I've just got 1 tablespoon. Can you see that? 1 tablespoon of butter in a skillet. In this pan, now you can use a plate with a lip or whatever. I'm just using a pan. I have probably about a cup, maybe a little more, of melted vanilla ice cream. And actually, it's not all the way melted yet, so I'm gonna do if you're kind of in a hurry, you can stick the ice cream in the microwave. Okay, now it is. Yum. Now, I live in Texas, and in Texas, if you're gonna be eating ice cream, it's vanilla, Bluebell. I'm just telling you. Bluebell ice cream vanilla is perfect all by itself. But we're gonna be making French toast. And when I eat French toast, I need some cinnamon. You may not need it, but I need cinnamon. Jacque did not do this. And I'm using my ground Saigon cinnamon that my friend sent me just because I am such an addict on this now. So I'm gonna sprinkle about, I don't know, half a tablespoon in there and just give it a whisk, okay? So now I have Bluebell vanilla ice cream. Bluebell. So you can see, there we go. Bluebell vanilla ice cream and the Saigon cinnamon. Yum. All right. The butter, the 1 tablespoon of butter that we put in here is melted, almost. We're gonna put that on a medium-high heat, and I'm gonna turn that down just a second. Sandwich bread, plain old sandwich bread. Okay, I'm gonna take you off just a second. And I'm gonna stick this into the ice cream. Look at that. Look at that, it's swimming. La 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 la, swimming in the ice cream. Let it sit there for a second, let it soak up. Then we're gonna take it and give it a turn. La la la. Give it, let it soak up too. You saw him do this, right? He didn't, his bread soaked up like all the ice cream. I used more ice cream. You wanna know why? Texas toast I think would be great. I didn't have any Texas toast. I had sandwich bread. Okay, ready? Here we go. Whoops, no, I gotta put it back on the, I did more ice cream because one piece of French toast is not gonna cut it for me. Okay, ready? Here we go. All right, back into the skillet. We could just eat this ice cream, I do believe. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. Not Texas toast. I know, hold on, let me go. Awesome, awesome. Hey, when to eat the sprinkles. Good morning, I was 11. Hi, Sandy. Gail's gonna rewatch. Gail, oh, Mai's right. Looks yummy, couldn't eat it though. No, not dizzy when you move. French toast is your fave. Okay, here we go, I've caught up. I saw him do this French toast the other day too. Can't wait to try it. I know, Gail, right? I would use the Texas toast. I think that would be lovely. I just didn't have any French toast, so there you go. Now, you will need a spatula. So he says to make sure you leave it on there for a minute or two because you want to make sure it gets brown. I think, I always say, you know, I'm not gonna do anything because everybody knows how to do that. You know, so like when I'm looking for recipes, I'm like, well, I'm not doing that recipe because everybody knows how to do X, right? But then sometimes maybe you don't know how to do X. And so I think it's fun. Maybe you learn a different way to do a recipe. Kind of like yesterday when we did chicken pot pie. Come on, who doesn't already know how to make a chicken pot pie? But that one was a little different. Let me check. Oh, it's got a pretty color. Okay, so getting up under there and flipping. Look, it's brown. Look at that. So pretty. All right, so we're gonna let that brown up. It's about 2 minutes, minute and a half. Kim has purple spatulas. I have 1, 2. I have 2. That's all I have. 2. Those 2. It's hard to find purple kitchen utensils. I have these, right? So these are just solid, and then these are gray with purple bottoms. But it's hard to find if you're a color person and it's not red or blue, because you know a lot of people have red or blue stuff. But it's hard to find purple everything. I did look at the purple KitchenAid because several of you said, hey, KitchenAid has a purple one. And you know, KitchenAid actually sent me an email that they were having a sale, but the sale was only on the red one. The purple one was $100 more. $100 more for the same one just for purple. I didn't think I wanted to do that. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna flip it one more time. Ooh. Because I like it crispy. Do you like it crispy and crunchy or smooshy? I like it crispy, crunchy. All right, there we go. I'm gonna put that on my plate. Yum. Okay, so look at that. Yum, yum. Now you have some options here. Option A is we had some leftover peaches. Look at, on purpose, look at that. We had some leftover peaches. And if you were making that, you could put some leftover peaches right in the middle of that. That sounds yummy. Not very many, but there you go. So you could do that. You could take your syrup. I know a lot of people eat syrup. Okay. You could give that a drizzle, right? However much syrup you like. That's yummy. Or let's say you just need to be naughty. Do you need to be naughty? Sometimes I think naughty is not so bad. Are you ready? I'm gonna take some of our vanilla ice cream with the cinnamon on it, and I'm gonna drizzle that on there. Oh, yum. Just a little bit of vanilla ice cream. Look at that, it's like whipped cream, right? Crispy on the edges, mushy in the middle. So there you go. All right. It's time to taste our Brie. I'm gonna set this over here. Hey, Jess, did you take a picture? Did you take a picture? Oh, and one of them. Okay, I'm gonna bring the Brie over here so that we don't have to move you again, because that's kind of icky, don't you think? Don't you? I don't like the moving thing. Okay, here comes the Brie. All right, so here's our Brie. That's kind of hot. We'll set it here. We'll move this. All right, so look at that. Are you looking? Yum. Oh my, come on, give me some thumbs up. Give me some love. Give me some hearts. Look how good that looks. Now, so you have a party, although we don't need a party. We're just here. You just this spring got a silver KitchenAid. I know. Yeah, I need one, but I'm not there yet. Okay, so see how it kind of melted? Oh, and it's all together. Now we're gonna get some crackers. Everybody needs some crackers. Okay. So we're gonna get a cracker. Now before I taste these crackers, okay, I'm gonna take the crackers out. Just a second. This is a corn on the cob holder. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. I just got this. Isn't that a pretty pattern? Pretty. It's a corn on the cob holder, but it fits crackers perfectly. So it's a cracker holder. Okay, so here we go. It's still very hot. So you know what I'm gonna do is, where's the spoon I had? Oh, here it is. Oh, it's going out. Okay, here we go, ready? Yum. So make sure we get peach, make sure we get Brie. Ooh, look at that. So you could just take your cracker and dig in. I was trying to be a little nicer. Okay, so there we go. Look at that. Yum. Yum. Okay, time to taste. Okay, so those of you who are worried about it being too hot, that pepper jelly, that hot pepper jelly, really is just a flavor in the background. I know that the jalapeno's there, but there is nothing in my mouth going, ouch, 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 because we've got the sweetness of the peach, and then we've got that creamy Brie, and it offsets it all. And so the hot pepper jelly and the spicy mustard is just another layer of flavor. It really is a pretty perfect bite. I'm just telling you, a pretty perfect bite. Now we gotta go French toast. So our ice cream French toast, right? I'm gonna smoosh in and get a peach too, and dip it in the syrup and the ice cream. You gotta try that. And how easy. You just melt a cup of ice cream. There's no beating eggs. There's no beating the eggs with the milk, adding a whole bunch of stuff. Literally a cup of ice cream, vanilla ice cream, any kind would work. And I just wanted a little cinnamon, so I added some Saigon cinnamon into my vanilla ice cream. Jacque actually said in his video that you could use any kind of ice cream you wanted. You could use chocolate ice cream. You could use mint chocolate chip ice cream. You could use anything, strawberry ice cream. Of course, it all tastes different, but how cool is that? What an experiment to have in your house. Very cool. So even though today was National Peach Ice Cream Day, and we didn't do anything with peach ice cream, we certainly did use peaches in our Jezebel peach and Brie yumminess. I mean, how great was that? Great for a party. I think it's great for a dinner or a lunch for me. And then, of course, we borrowed Jacque's recipe, ice cream French toast. And so we got our peaches and our ice cream all together. Don't forget, I know you may think it's silly, but I made my mountain cake. I made my mountain cake out of 3 Polish pottery bowls. I baked in my bowls. I just think that's cool. I actually could bake on my plate if I so desired. But anyway, so there was a lot of cooking going on in Cindy's kitchen today. So thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. I hope you try some of the Jezebel peaches and Brie, or the ice cream French toast. So yummy. And if you've got Polish pottery, try baking in your bowls. From my kitchen to your kitchen, I hope you have a lovely day and that your house is filled with yummy smells and even better taste. We will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.